In the first two episodes in this series, I talked about how I designed my retaining wall and how I used specialized jigs. In this episode, I'll show you how I made a diagonal cross brace for the main triangle. As I was tri-stacking the timbers, I realized there was nothing to prevent the wall from blowing outward. That's a problem because the wall will be holding back a potential landslide, or at least a tiny landslide. Usually builders install deadmen to resist outward force. That's a timber placed perpendicular to the wall. It uses soil weight to anchor the wall, keeping it from blowing out. With my triangular design, I can improve on this principle by installing a buried diagonal brace that is pinned to each end of the timber walls. The outward forces will exert tension on the 4x4 brace. A 4x4 has a lot of tensile strength, more than enough to keep the walls from blowing out. It was easy to mark the angle of the notch. I just laid the brace on top of the timbers and traced the edges. The problem was that I needed to cut the notches on the other side. Consequently, I had to transfer the pencil marks to the opposite face. I did this by using a carpenter's square to continue the markings from the 6-inch side, down both 8-inch sides, and finally around to the opposite 6-inch side. Here's the timber rotated 180 degrees. The lines from the 8-inch side showed me where to draw the new diagonal lines. That worked out better than I expected. This time I marked the cut depth using spray paint, and that worked a whole lot better than using tape. Flip the timbers back over so the notches face downward. Here's the moment of truth. With some finagling, I got the cross brace to slide in perfectly. Then I cut the ends flush with the timbers. Then all I had to do was drill the holes for the rebar pins. So there you have it, the main triangle all laid out upside down. In the next video I'll show how I installed the components back out on the embankment.